Good morning. I'm here sat talking to Faz and Jaf, the co-owners of the Akash Restaurant. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Steph.
Good morning.
Guys, how long has the family been associated with Portsmouth, and when did your restaurant open?
So Dad came over many years ago. So in terms of the family, they've been involved with Portsmouth itself for a very, very long time.
We were born in Portsmouth.
Yeah,
so we're boys.
born and brought up really. So we've had the restaurant for about 40 odd years now. But Dad came over maybe longer than that. So he was involved with the kind of hospitality side, the restaurants, and the community side a lot longer. And Mum just after that. So yeah, quite a long time.
Quite a long time.
I think Dad's been over 50 years actually in Portsmouth.
Wow.
He's had the restaurant for 40, but he was here before. So I mean, I don't know exactly, but it's certainly over 40 years.
Amazing. So the restaurant's been open 40 years?
40 years, yeah.
40 years.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Look, and guys, I know you've got many other business interests in the city. I wonder if you can tell us a little bit about them.
Yeah, I mean, so we're involved. I think it's probably business interest and community interest and all of these things. So we have obviously the Bangladeshi community there. You have the innovation community. We have the football community. I mean, you could just go on and on. Everybody needs to eat, and that's where we win, you know. Everybody loves curry. Well, majority of people love curry as well. So yeah, we get to get involved in so many great things really. But I think one of the ones that we're really proud of being born and brought up is the football really. We love football, and we've kind of gone a frat park from as long as we can remember, and that's the one that we kind of have the pleasure of really being involved with, just because it's there in our heart really. So yeah, I think that's the one that I'm the most proud of as well.
We've been going to the football ever since they never had seats. So we used to, as young boys, used to take milk crates and walk down because we were so small we couldn't see over the terraces. So
still the case.
But so we used to drag these milk crates with our mates,
yes.
Schoolmates, pile them up, stand on top of them to watch. I mean, now health and safety obviously that wouldn't even allow it, and it's all seated. But yeah, we've had strong connections with Pompey fans, and it's been great to actually work with them a lot for charitable causes, and they do a lot for community. And I always say to people, you don't have to be into football to work with the football club. You know, you don't have to like football or anything, but what they do and what they can do and the resources they have is amazing.
It is amazing, and I know I'll come on and talk about Pompey in the community later.
Yeah.
But Faz, you and I were talking last time we met also about your leaflet drop and the other things you do around the city as well. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so we've been quite active, we've always been quite active in the marketing side, and in the last two and a half years we've really pushed to work with other companies, and it's worked out quite well. A bit like Shaping as well. I think Shaping's got similar links I saw, and this is what we're talking about. So we've had like people like the Queen's Hotel, Clarence Pier, Eskimo 11, people like that have come in and said, let's work together. And with both of us working together, we're able to enhance our marketing a lot. So we do a lot at Pompey as well. I know we keep going back to the football club, but them as well. So we'll do shared leaflet drops, we'll manage it and stuff. We do sort of social network, we have big presence, so we would work together with other companies. So Mutiny Festival, for example, they gave away 4 VIP tickets, I think worth £100 each, and we gave a meal for 4 away, and we put it up and it went viral so quickly. I think it got shared like 600-700 times or something stupid, ridiculous like that, and retweeted about 100 times. So we work with, not necessarily always to do with money, but we would work with other businesses and say, look, can you give this, we'll give this, and let's do this, let's do that, and really just build ourselves. We have good partnerships.
Yeah, I think that's from a business point, but also we work with a lot of institutes really, and it's not necessarily just about the business side of it, but we know that comes hand in hand, and one of the biggest ones that we work with is Portsmouth College. Fantastic college, one of the great ones, great results recently, and they are really flourishing. We work with many education providers, but I think Portsmouth College is the closest to us at the moment, and they're doing some really great things. And Steve Frampton, who's the principal, recently made a sort of an MBE, and you know, the things that he's doing is fantastic there, and that's great to be a part of that as well. So I think to kind of tie it down to just business, I think that's quite restrictive really. There's so many other kind of titles that we could give it, and yeah, so we really enjoyed that.
Indeed, and we first met. I know Faz was in sunnier climes, but Jaf, you and I first met at a Pompey in the Community, fundraising evening. So tell us a bit about your links, guys, with Pompey in the Community and Claire and the wonderful team there.
Well, Claire's got to put up with us very soon. So on the 18th of October for this month, we actually have the League Two trophy coming in. We've got the trophy coming in, and we get to spend time with sort of great people really doing great things at the Pompey Community. So yeah, Faz kind of has more of a close link. He used to do photography at Fratton Park, and then that's how he's kind of made good friends at the club. And I think Pompey Community are very hand in hand with that. Claire's doing fantastic things. I'm sure you know that. So that's it really. We get to raise money. Last year we raised I think, how much was it, about?
Well, altogether in the last couple of years we calculated around 20,000.
£20,000
for Claire.
Oh, for Claire. Claire was
I
think about 1,600-ish.
Wow.
For pumping. But when the FA Cup, when they won the FA Cup, we had a dinner and an auction here, and believe it or not, thousands and thousands of miles away in Bangladesh, where my parents are from, by Pompey winning the FA Cup, we managed to raise 6,000 for a children's hospital. And I'm talking the facilities there in a third world country hospital was really poor, very dirty kind of things. They can't afford the things. We did initially want an incubator, but then logically, that it was all great. We thought, we'll get an incubator and stuff like that. But then they said, look, you have to go back to basics. An incubator, the electricity is going to be quite bad for us. We get blackouts every day, so we're not going to be able to run it. If it breaks, the maintenance. So we didn't really think like that. We just thought, an incubator. As you kind of would in this country, you just think, we'll donate an incubator and not think twice. But over there, they said, go back to basics, clean bed sheets, clean bandages, and stuff like that. So we donated the money to them, and then they spent it accordingly. But like I said, it's thousands of miles away where my parents are from, which is a country which means a lot to us. By Pompey winning, they got £6,000 for a children's hospital. It's it's amazing some of the story from their success. But we've done a couple of nights for Claire. Claire's been wonderful. I've known Claire for I used to work as a photographer there for about 12 years, and I've known her for about 12 years. And her dedication and her work and to help community. So because I've been Bangladeshi and our community here, I've been able to get things for our community like tickets and stuff, and she's done PE lessons to some of them, and she's taken them back to their hub, their educational hub they got there. So the facilities there are amazing, and it's been good to be the link there between the community.
A lot of the community. I think sometimes it could feel disconnected, and they think, they want to get involved with football. But Claire's been very brilliant at bridging that gap and getting them involved, and she sees it as it should be seen. There's no difference, And these kids, I think they managed to go to one of the football games, and she got
she's got a couple of times. She's gave me quite a few tickets to distribute to them. And it's funny because a lot of them, some of them might be from poorer backgrounds who don't go, who can't afford to go, or there could be some. There's a bit of I don't know how to say it. Like I said, I've got some tickets, but they said, the football, what if they're racist or it's. I said, look, I've been going to Fratton Park ever since I was knee high. I've never had any incident where anyone said, and it was that bit of phobia, I think. They've never been, but they were a bit scared.
Opened the door for them, and they really enjoyed it.
And then we gave it. I said, look, I've had no issues there. Go. And they went and they loved it. And they're like, when we're getting the next batch of tickets. And I was like, well, I'll have to work on that. Yeah.
Indeed. Guys, look, with 100 religions in the city, it's great to hear it. I witness a great deal of harmony around the city and whatever. I know there are pockets everywhere, but in a sense. So listen, we've come to the end of the interview, but my last question really, I ask most of my sort of partners, and I count you two as being, my partners now. What do you see as the main opportunities for the city, in the city over the coming years?
Just growing. Wherever I look, I'm so proud of Portsmouth. Genuinely, there is nowhere like this, and we've been around, and Steph, our family and our roots come from somewhere different, but wherever I look, I'm involved with the university. It's growing at a phenomenal rate. Fantastic. I'm personally involved with the innovation entrepreneurship side of it. Great. Again, I mentioned Portsmouth College. They're doing fantastic things. And it's not individualistic. This is the thing. It's adding value to the city. We Shaping Portsmouth. So I'll be honest with you, I've seen Shaping Portsmouth and we kind of saw the social media side of it, but I wasn't really sure. The name was there, Shaping Portsmouth, but what did it do? And obviously you kindly came along and had a chat with us and we're like, wow, slow down, Steph. What you seem to do everything, and that is exactly what it is. And now that we know what it actually does and how it kind of brings everybody together on the same table for the same goal, and I think if we work together, I think 9 times out of 10 you can get to where you need to get to, bringing everybody along with you. Sometimes there is competition and people are not going to look at it in the same way, but I think majority of the time for Portsmouth, it's only got to be good, really. And you look at the kind of additions all round and the developments that are going, kind of happening, and really excited. So I think there's just kind of touching on what you said. I think pretty much reiterate what my brother said. I think the other one he missed out was probably the Navy. We've got to be proud. We've got the biggest warship ever built in our port, and the naval links as well. We have good naval links, so we deliver actually into the naval base hot food to the hungry sailors. but yeah, the naval links amazing. The big warship carrier brings a lot of the Navy heritage as well. We see from customers, why have you come here, or why did you choose Portsmouth? And they'll say, we want to see the Victory, or we want to see this ship. And so we've got to be very proud that has brought in a lot of people into our city. And then going back, the work Shaping does, it's so underrated, really, and it really, we want to help try and bring out, because you do a lot for Portsmouth, and I think more people need to know. Like I said, a few years ago I heard about Shaping and I saw it, but I didn't actually know what you'd done until you sat with us. So yeah, some of the work done, and I think we love that. I think we have the same kind of how we think. You just want to, you love Pompey and you just want to grow Pompey and you want to work together better for the city. And I think we've got that. We're not profit driven. We're more about building Portsmouth and representing Portsmouth. So we had a really proud moment where we actually made a national newspaper for a delivery. A guy took £150 odd something takeaway, and he took it back to France because he said the curries are rubbish over there, and he froze it and he ate it on Christmas Day. So yeah, he said that's our Christmas dinner, and it made me more proud we made national, not because it was us, but it was, we were representing Portsmouth, so a restaurant in Portsmouth. And believe it or not, one of my customers, he saw it in, I think he was in Andover or somewhere. His daughter comes in here for she was at uni, and she used to drag them in, and he said, I know this curry house in Portsmouth, my daughter goes there, so to all his work colleagues and stuff like this. So it was actually quite proud. Like I said, it was very proud that we represented Portsmouth more than our business, and we're going to continue to try to do that. I think also from our sector, we're really proud of all the different vibrant food outlets that there are. I think a lot of people think it's competition, but it's great. It's great. It gives people so many choices, and I think if you're unique and you do what you do great, you shouldn't ever worry. And we are really proud. We're proud that there's so many choices, and we're proud of what we do individually. We're very much a family, traditional business, and that's what we try to get out. And Shaping, like I said, is amazing. Steph, some of the things that you're saying that you're doing, and like, wow, and that's what we're looking forward to getting involved with.
Thank you, guys. Look, we've run out of time. I could talk to you for much longer, but for now, thank you both very much indeed.
Thank you, Steph.